So hi, Joe.
Hi.
Rainbow's End climbing rose and Ascent from Above right there. There's Bulia and Peonies and Feverfew and Cypress and Bloodgood Japanese Maple right there. And the Princeton Gold right there. And right next to the Bloodgood is a Quaking Aspen. And we'll head down those stairs. Hanging out on Memorial Day weekend. Me and Joe and the dogs. Doing a little video as I promised people I'd do for this garden. Red garnet maple. Tree lilies that haven't bloomed yet. And a Hogiyoku maple that's growing in the ground in memory of Scott. And there's various perennials, peonies, more feverfew, some mint, Pretty Betsy, which is that red one right there. And a snowball bush, or viburnum. We really did it this year. So we're heading down first, that way I don't have to videotape coming up, where I could trip up. This way I can trip down and break everything all at once. So coming below the pond deck where we just saw Joe and the dogs is my meadow, and it's got the Pretty Betsy in it, and the bracken ferns, and an entire meadow that normally is lunaria or money plant that's finished now, and now all of the feverfew is just getting ready to bloom. So we'll have a whole field full of little tiny white daisies soon. And over here is a ceanothus that my Aunt Eloise, rest in peace, God love her, she gave to me 1 years ago, and it loves it here. So heading down the steps then. This is a slope of bulbs normally in the spring. We're below the pond deck now. And with more feverfew, you can see up toward the top where we were. And the back of my wood shed. And again, the Bloodgood Maple, Princeton Gold. The color contrast is just beautiful together. So Rose of Sharon, it's getting ready to bloom. And again, here's the Quaking Aspen. It's quaking a little bit. It's more like trembling than quaking. And Mom's little spot for privacy. So you can go over here. And when we sit down here, you have this view up here, which makes it very nice and cozy and private across the bottom all the way into the forest. There's 75 acres of forest behind there, outside my fences.
Okay.
Now heading back up, I won't have to look sideways. I can look down at the stairs. The stairs that my buddy Sammy and I built. Other than these, I did pretty much all of them. And this is where the water feature starts. It recirculates. There are two pumps. When you see the entire feature, one is 1,500 gallons per hour. The other one is 1,200 gallons per hour recirculating. And behind that rock right there, I have live water to a toilet float valve to keep it full for the evaporation so it doesn't run dry. Starts here. Goes up this waterfall there to the next pond and the next falls, which we'll go up to next. Sorry it takes so long to see these things, but I'm kind of slow on stairs when you have a video camera in your hand. So this is the next pond and waterfall. As you can see, it's down to the next two, so that when you're sitting over there with Joe and the dogs, you're looking straight up to the whole water feature. Hi, Joe. Where's Romeo? Keep him over there. And this looks down into my fern grotto. Down through here. And the fern grotto follows up through the next portion of the waterfall coming from this pond. It's up here, and under that bridge, continues up, where it comes out of another pond, which we'll go to next. And that's a Crimson Queen Japanese maple. Yeah, there's a theme here. I love Japanese maples. This is a coral bark Japanese maple. In the wintertime, all of its twigs are bright red, like the color of coral. And on the deck was still in the corner that I didn't show you. There's a Hobbs red willow Japanese maple and a lace leaf elderberry. And this is the Christmas tree that Jack and Rita had in their living room one year. Our good friends in Burbank, and they gave it to us, and I brought it here, and it loves it. It will be going in the ground soon also. Naturalizing trailing geranium, been here 23 years. As has this perennial, which was the first plant I ever planted here in 1997. And every year I forget the name, but every year it comes back faithfully. This is a basic Aceropalmatum amongst the cedars that's come up to be pretty large and inclusive of that corner. Really softens the corner. Okay, and away we go. Well, there is the bridge. I'll take you across on the bridge. It goes over the waterfall. And this is the top pond of this part of the water feature. It comes out right there. There's a red twig dogwood right there. And those are all lilacs all the way through here. And then this comes out here, Continues down there under that bridge, as I noted earlier, and down all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. The whole feature is 139 feet long. This is an Emperor 1 Japanese maple. And there's my Romeo. Hi, Romeo. Back up, buddy. Going to continue up to Mom's terrace. But before we do, I'll show you the rain chain fountain. Forgot. And that's right here. Next to Aaron the bear. An old neighbor named Aaron gave it to me when he left the mountain with his family. Okay. As we were. Rhododendron, not quite ready to do it yet. For the Japanese maple, this is Geisha Gone Wild. Love the variegation of the leaves. Then behind it is a trailing maple called Ryusa. It trails over the pot with beautiful shape. So the Budlia, or butterfly bush. And this is looking down from Mom's terrace on the red twig dogwood. Here's Amagi Saguri, another maple. More currant. And golden chains. Aren't those just stunning? Their chains are just beautiful. Nature has done such a beautiful job this year. That's all the forest back there, by the way. The property goes back another 30 feet past that chain link fence, but I didn't need any more space to take care of. There's the golden chains all the way down there. This is lemon chiffon euchera. In full bloom. Isn't that pretty? Planted around yet another Japanese maple. That's just a basic Aster palmatum. So this is Mom's terrace. I built this terrace in 2014 in memory of my mom, who loved beautiful plants, water, music, cocktail parties. Even though she didn't drink, just fun stuff. So this waterfall right here, the base of it, the basin, is actually a fiberglass basin out of a freestanding water feature I purchased for her like 40 years ago. As is the Lyran and that rock right there. And it hadn't worked in decades, and I used the pieces in memory of Mom to bring up here to make this little fountain for her to sit at, even though she passed before I built this place, but it was in memory of her. Oak leaf hydrangea. Piggly Wiggly has beautiful pink hydrangea blooms on it. Even the red paving stones here came from Mom's house in Apple Valley years ago. Oh my goodness, 30 years ago. I put them in there on a terrace for her, and over the years the house decayed and sands came in. Well, I dug them all up and brought them here before I sold the house. And I also took the lions when you first started coming up the stairs. Right there is two of them guarding Mom's terrace. I finished it last year. I started it in 2014. And Patty and Steve, my sister and brother-in-law, had this bronze plaque made. It lights up at night. Then last year I added the Mom's terrace with a bridge I got from Pick and Save for her 20 years ago for 150 bucks that I've now restored and made very solid. Mom's cocktail terrace. And from there is forest. There's 75 acres. Lots of coyotes, we've got bears, skunks, mountain lions, you name it, we've had it here. So this is the very top where all the water features going. All the way down, there's Joe way down there. All the way down there. Okay. Now we'll head up onto the deck, because that's part of the garden. Romeo, this way. Tiberius, Romeo, all the way up. Okay, this is Virides, Japanese maple. It's a dissecting. And miniature campanella, that beautiful purple little flowers. They're getting ready to bloom right there. You can see the buds, but they're not quite ready. Where's the front door? This is the deck. I have it set up for social distancing tonight, 6 feet apart. This is a red dragon I've had for about 15 years or so. I keep it as a bonsai. And it's growing over a miniature hosta, which haven't bloomed yet. But then on this side is miniature irises, which were in full bloom just a couple weeks ago. Just sticking through, everything was beautiful. This is Gumby's new campsite for this summer. Gumby's taken up drinking during the pandemic. That's the way it goes. Don't blame him. This is Omato, Japanese maple. My maples I commune with them when I'm here. They're just such special trees. This is Shishigashira. Total different leaf structure and shape. Leaves are only maybe not even 3/4 of an inch. Squirrels annihilated my coreopsis last night. This is Curry, a miniature rose. This is another maple, Shishio improved. So you can see there's Joe down there. Right there. This is a Tamukeyama, Japanese maple. I never recall what the trailing plant is. It comes back every year. And then here's a mini coral bell. But the miniature rose that is starting to really do it. This is Emperor 1, another Japanese maple. With more of the perennial miniature flowers at the base. They've been here for a long time, many, many years. Another little fountain, my mom's old fountain. This is Ayogi. Got 2 of these miniature cypress. I decorate them as Christmas trees and put them next to the door every year. This is Campestre Carnival. Isn't it? The leaves are just so beautiful. variegation. They come on like this in early spring. If it gets too hot, they kind of crunch out, but they're just beautiful. Then there's an Amagi Japanese maple behind it. The red pot is S. Jordan. And the dissectum next to it is Chantilly Lace. She's got a pretty face. A little more, but I don't remember at the point the names or where they're at in the yard. But so it's here, and then over here, I keep my delicate stuff that needs hand watering, like my basils and another hydrangea, and things I'm rooting, like the little Tigger spider plant. So there you go. One more little tiny fountain, another rain chain fountain up here. That's over behind the chair. And that's it. Thanks for indulging me with this long, drawn out, boring video. But I'm so glad to be able to share this with you since you haven't been here, or if you have been here, to remind you, we're here thinking about you guys. And there's the lake. Ciao.